What's up, everybody? I'm Katie Barrett, and today I want to talk to you about muscle fibers, motor units, motor neurons, how they all work together, and why it's important for you to know for your own training and during your workout. I'm going to jump right into it. So I'm going to first explain the different types of muscle fibers that your body has. So our first type is type 1 muscle fibers. These are the slow to fatigue, endurance muscles that can do things for a very long time. So let's say you're standing in line at the grocery store, you're blinking your eyes, you're walking to your mailbox. You can do that for a very long period of time because of these type 1 muscle fibers. Now your type 2A muscle fibers are going to be the muscle fibers that are recruited when you're doing something such as walking up a flight of stairs or walking up a steep hill, something that requires a little bit more effort than just walking to the mailbox or standing in line at the grocery store. Now your type 2X muscle fibers are going to be the ones that are recruited when you need to do something like jump out of the way of a moving car, run from a bear, run from a rabid dog that is chasing you. You need to do something fast and powerful and explosive. Those are going to be your type 2X muscle fibers. Now all of these muscle fibers are going to be arranged in bundles. So the smaller, weaker muscles are going to have less muscle fibers, and the bigger, more powerful muscles are going to have more muscle fibers. Now each bundle is going to be connected to a motor neuron. A motor neuron is going to connect to your brain and send signals to your brain to contract muscles. Here's where it gets a little complex. That motor neuron and all of those muscle fibers that it is connected to is considered a motor unit. Now, this is where it gets very interesting. Now, your nervous system recruits these motor units as needed. Like we talked about standing in line at the grocery store, you're not going to be using very many motor units for that task. Running from a bear, you're probably going to be using every single motor unit that you have in your body to get away from that bear quickly. So let's apply this to a real world example. During a half marathon or during a jog around the block, you are generally tapping into these type 1 muscle fibers because you could do that activity for a very long time. All right, so we're tapping into this type 1 muscle fiber, which doesn't require a whole lot of motor unit recruitment. And the body is going to recruit these motor units in order. So it's only going to use what it needs to complete that task at hand. So for resistance training, when you're lifting weights, the goal is to recruit as many motor units as possible in order to help the strength of your muscles, the size of your muscles, and to aid in your brain communicating with your muscles, which, as we all know, as we age and with certain neurological diseases, that declines very quickly. So we need to be tapping into this. So if we grab a 15-pound dumbbell and we can curl this 17, 18, 20 times, remember this chart, we are tapping into this area of motor units. All right. If I were to grab a 45-pound dumbbell and I can only get 1 to 5 reps, my body, my brain is recruiting more motor units to complete that task. That is the goal with resistance training. I know that we all love to look at our watches to see how many calories we burned. We look to our MyZone to see what zone we're in. Are we in the red? Are we in the yellow? Whatever. Start thinking in terms of red, orange, and green. How many motor units am I recruiting to complete this task? All right. If we're just cranking them out, add the weight. All right. There's 3 ways to recruit more motor units. All right. So it's lifting super heavy loads in the 1 to 5 rep max like we're doing for the challenge. It is to lift sub-maximal loads, so in that 6 to 10, that type 2A muscle fiber range, to move those quickly, all right? So we're recruiting a lot more motor units to move a heavy weight, sub-maximal load quickly. And the third way is to do isometric and high tension exercises, keeping a lot of tension on the muscles. This is what is going to change your body composition. Cardio is super important, but it is not the main dish when you're looking to build strength and gain muscle. And it's also going to change your body composition in burning fat because muscle, the more muscle you have, the more metabolically expensive it is. It is very expensive to your body to have, maintain, and build muscle. So this is keeping our body working all day long, all right? I just want you all to be getting the most out of your workouts And of course, if you have any questions, I am on Instagram, abovethebar.fitness. Please leave a comment below, share this video, let me know if you found it helpful. And I am always here for you on your journey to strength. And don't worry about getting too big. Accidental muscle does not happen. All right? Accidental muscle is a complete myth. Let's focus on what we have to gain from recruiting more motor units during your resistance training workouts.